Hi friends, it's Dr. Michelle Bengtson. How are you? Can I just tell you that today is a very special day for me. For all of you who have been on this journey with me, I just wanted to take a few minutes and ask you to celebrate with me. Today is the 1 year anniversary of the release of my book, The Hope Prevails Bible Study. It released a year ago today, and part of what is so special is that I am currently in the place where I wrote it and where I released it. So I just wanted to invite you to celebrate with me. If you go over to the blog today, there is a huge book giveaway. The contest runs until next Thursday, but we are giving away several sets of my original book, Hope Prevails, and the Hope Prevails Bible Study. But I want to ask you to do something for me. I have been hearing over the past year or two from people that Hope Prevails and the Hope Prevails Bible Study has ministered to. I've heard from a chaplain who was in the chaplaincy for over 50 years, and he was suicidal. And he picked up Hope Prevails, and it ministered to him. It gave him the hope he needed to keep living. And his testimony is not the only one I've heard. I've heard from several people, and it blesses my heart because these were not easy books for me to write. I had to be really real and transparent and tell people of the pain that I walk through in order to provide them with the comfort that God has given me. So over on the blog, we are doing a huge giveaway. I am so blessed that a dear friend and long-term Hope Ambassador, Diana Rockwell, has contributed books for us to give away. So what I'm asking you to do is tag friends in this video and share the blog post with them. I don't want you to tag people who are depressed. Don't do that. We do not want to make them feel bad. We don't want them to feel shamed. But what I can tell you is that pastors, ministry leaders, Bible study leaders, counselors, teachers, they're the ones who need resources like this because every day they minister to the hurting, they minister to the depressed, they minister to those who need resources like this. And I can tell you that when I was depressed, I looked and there weren't any really good resources written from both a professional perspective as well as a Christian who had journeyed through this and came out on the other side. And part of what makes these books different, if you have not had the opportunity to read or do the Hope Prevails Bible Study, part of what makes them different is that it incorporates my professional training. I've been a clinical neuropsychologist for 30 years, but it also tells my personal story. But the thing that makes it different is that it really addresses the spiritual roots of depression. John 10:10 says that the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that they might have life and have it to the full. And when it comes to depression, the thief comes to steal our joy, kill our peace, and destroy our identity. And so the book talks about that and what we have to do to fight against the darkness and the enemy of our soul. But then the second half of the book talks about the fact that God came so that we could have abundant life, have it to the full. And it talks about the things that the enemy cannot steal. God says, I have loved you with an everlasting love. So nothing, not even depression, can separate us from the love of God. It talks about the fact that the enemy doesn't get to dictate our worth. Jesus did when he died on the cross. And it talks about the fact that the enemy cannot dictate our destiny. If you are a Christ follower, it doesn't matter whether you've gone through depression or had an abortion or been divorced or experienced bankruptcy or any of those things. That doesn't dictate our destiny. God's grace and forgiveness is for all. So anyway, What I have found, though, is that so many pastors and ministry leaders are just craving resources to use from a godly perspective to help those that they minister to. So would you share this video? Would you share the blog post with them so that they know that there's a resource available, a resource that stands firmly on God's truth? I can tell you, my words in these books are not what makes the difference. It's the fact that these books are chock full of God's word, God's truth, and it is His help, His hope, and His healing that we want to provide to others. So I'm just so excited to share this anniversary date with you. And what is so neat is that I'm in the place where I wrote the Bible study, and I'm in the place where we launched it a year ago. And I just think that that is precious, that God would let me come back here on this exact day. So I want to celebrate with you. There's that book giveaway. Share that resource, tag friends, let them know this is not for me. This is to help save lives. I was so grieved by the fact that a couple months ago, a young pastor in California committed suicide. And it hurts my heart because 70% of pastors admit to experiencing depression. And yet they don't have resources. They don't have people to come alongside them and say, I get it. I've been there. Let me walk with you. It's embarrassing to them to admit to fellow pastors what they're struggling with. And so I want them to have resources. I want them to know they aren't alone. I want them to know that there is hope available. So, in celebration of the 1-year anniversary of the release of Hope Prevails Bible Study, will you help me get that resource into their hands? Visit the blog today at drmichellebengtson.com/blog and see the opportunity to enter into the book giveaway. And I just want to take this time right now to thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me, for supporting my ministry, for supporting getting His help, His hope, and His healing out to those who desperately need it. We are living in difficult times. Depression is rampant. By 2020, depression will be our greatest epidemic worldwide, and I'm doing everything I can to help reverse that statistic. But I need your help, and I so appreciate your support. I so appreciate every time you comment or share on my social media posts, because it's letting others know that there is help available. And that's what I have spent my career doing, but I can't do it alone. And I truly believe we are better together. So thank you for celebrating with me. Thank you for walking on this journey with me. For those who have asked, the next book that I've written that's coming out a year from now is on overcoming worry, fear, and anxiety. But for now, we're still tackling the issue of depression. I love you. I appreciate you. And I am so grateful to be on this journey with you. Until next time, it's Dr. Michelle Bengtson with your hope-filled perspective. Make it a hope-filled day. Love y'all.